I believe that God created us all to be creative, and I'm very grateful that He gave me the desire and the ability to paint, because it brings me a lot of joy and pleasure to make paintings that people can enjoy. I don't usually have anything in mind when I start a painting. It's a lot of fun just to put a blank canvas on the easel and experiment with a piece of charcoal, crayon, or a brush loaded with paint. The beginning stage of a painting is the most fun because I have nothing to lose. I can make any mark or shape I want to because I know that it'll eventually be partially or completely covered up. But even if it is covered up, there's almost always some vestige of every mark or brush stroke that can be seen, and everything adds to the history of the painting. Texture is important, color is important, line, shape, contrast, differences. There's so many things that have to come together to make a good painting. I used to say that I liked about 1 out of every 20 paintings that I painted. Now, I think I'm happy with about 1 out of every 8 to 10 paintings. And a lot of it's just accidental. If I put enough line, shape, colors, patterns on a canvas, something interesting is bound to happen. Sometimes it's a struggle, and sometimes it's easy. I've found that painting on a regular basis is important.
I've used Buddy LaHood's paintings in many of my jobs for many years now. I've probably used close to 40 or 50 altogether. A lot of my clients tend to like a more subdued interior, and I use a lot of color more in my artwork. So with his pieces, a lot of them are larger pieces. They have a lot of color. They have a more playful tone in a lot of ways. And his choice of color and his geometric shapes tend to add another dimension and another texture to the space.
I have known Buddy for several years. He is really becoming an emerging artist. His eye for color and using such fun shapes in his paintings make him such a unique artist. He uses many layers and layering in his work, and if you really look very deeply at his paintings, there are all kind of shapes and sizes in his contrasting colors, and he even puts every now and then a fun object in his paintings. He has a unique style of brush strokes. As an artist and a collector of Buddies, I have enjoyed watching him emerge.
What's most meaningful to me about my father's art is the connection that I feel and that I think others feel as well when they look at it. I believe that we're created to create. We're individually created and gifted, but also within a unified purpose. And when we share our gifts, our individual gifts with each other, experience them together, it connects us in a way that's hard to put into words. When I look at my father's art, that's what happens.